Kamusta mga kababayan? Hello mga kabayan sa US, Canada, Australia, UK, UAE, Hong Kong at saan man sa mundo. Welcome to another episode of Pinoy Politics Uncovered. Ako ang inyong host at ngayon pag-uusapan natin ang isang politiko na parang unicorn sa Philippine politics. Walang iba kundi si Vico Soto, ang mayor ng Pasig na hinintay natin. Bakit nga ba si Vico ang tinuturing na rare breed sa politika? Sa isang bansang puno ng dynasties at korupsyon, paano siya nagiging simbolo ng good governance? Pero teka, hindi dynasties at korupsyon, ha? Paano siya naging simbolo ng good governance? Pero teka, hindi natin siya ipapakita bilang superhero na walang bahid dumi. We'll dive deep into his policies, his controversies, and yes, even the criticisms with a dash of satire para mas masaya. Kung gusto niyong malaman kung paano nagbabago ang Pasig at kung bakit si Vico ang hinintay ng kabataan at ng mga OFW, hit that subscribe button, i-like ang video at i-comment ang inyong thoughts. Kung nasa US, Canada o UAE kayo, try the super thanks feature to support the channel para mas marami pang ganitong content. Let's get started. Noong 2019, isang 29 years old na si Vico Soto ang nagpabaksak sa 27 years na reign ng Eusebio Dynasty sa Pasig. Imagine that, ha? Parang David versus Goliath. Pero ang sandata niya ay transparency at data governance, data-driven governance. Alam nyo si Vico Soto ay born to showbiz royalty, no? Yung almost nakapangalan niya, no? Si Vic Soto at Connie Reyes. Everyone thought Vico would be the next Itbulaga star, pero sa edad na 10, government na ang gusto niya, no? Talagang nung nagbabasa siya ng mga libro, no? He graduated with a political science degree from Ateneo and a master's in public management. Hindi siya basta-bastang artista turned politiko. Pero teka, let's not romanticize this. May critics din si Vico. Sabi ng iba, paano ka magiging independent sa politics kung galing ka sa Soto clan? Fair point, ha? Pero in 2016, as a city councilor, he pushed for the Freedom of Information Ordinance, isang hakbang na nagbigay ng access sa public records. That's a rare in a country where transparency is often just a buzzword. Sa tingin niyo, kaya ba talaga ng isang tao na labanan ang sistema ng dynasties? I-comment below mga kababayan, no? Mga kabayan sa US, Canada at UAE. Let's talk about one of the Vico's biggest controversies, the 2020 Bayanihan Act issue. Noong pandemic, the National Bureau of Investigation summoned Vico for allegedly violating the law by allowing tricycles to operate. Pero wait, Vico clarified na he stopped tricycle operations before the law was even passed. His uncle, Senate President Tito Soto, backed him up. Even VP Leni Robredo called out the NBI's move as unconstitutional. Parang sino ito, di ba? Vico versus the establishment, ang plot twist. The NBI back off. Pero it showed how even a good guy like Vico can get tangled in political drama. On the other side, some say Vico's clean image is too good to be true. Sabi ng critics, is he just playing the good boy card to win votes? Let's be real. Walang perpektong politiko, but his actions like cracking down on illegal pogos in Pasig show, okay, let's be real, no? Yung pogo po, no? Show he's walking the talk, no? Talaga namang ano sa tingin nyo? Totoo bang clean si Vico o magaling lang mag-PR? Drop your thoughts mga kababayan dyan sa Australia, UK at Saudi Arabia. Now let's get into the meat of Vico's governance, his policies. Yung universal healthcare in Pasig. Vico prioritized healthcare access, building community health centers, and ensuring free consultations. Sa isang bansa kung saan ang healthcare ay parang luxury, this is the game changer. Pero may catch, some say the budget for this change other sectors. Yung sa housing programs, no? Pasig in city housing for informal settlers is a bold move. Pero critics argue it's not enough for a city with thousands of squatters. Okay, Vico's first executive order as mayor was to create a task force to fix Pasig's traffic. Resulta, mas maayos na traffic flow pero hindi pa rin perfect. Ang sikreto ni Vico, data-driven decisions. Hindi siya yung tipong bahala na si Batman. He uses numbers to guide policy. Parang nerd na mayor. Talagang ano, kung ikaw ang mayor, anong policy ang uunahin mo? Share your ideas naman, mga kabayan dyan sa Japan, Germany at Netherlands. Para sa ating mga OFW sa US, Canada, Australia, UAE, Hong Kong at iba pang bansa, bakit mahalaga si Vico? Yan ang tanong. His focus on transparency resonates with you, mga kabayan na gustong-gusto ng clean governance dahil alam nyo kung gaano kahalaga ang bawat sentimo ng buwis. Globally, Vico's work earned him the 2021 International Anti-Corruption Champions Award from the US Department of State. Sa isang mundo kung saan corruption is universal problem, Vico's model is a beacon of hope. Pero let's not sugarcoat it. Corruption in the Philippines is systematic. Can one mayor change it? Sa mga OFW, ano ang impact ng good governance sa inyo? I-share nyo sa comment section, lalo na kung nasa Italy, Switzerland o Norway kayo. So ano ang kwento ni Vico Sotto? No? He's not perfect, pero he's proof na kaya ng isang politiko na maging transparent, data-driven at pro-people. Pero ang tanong, kaya ba nating lahat na suportahan ang ganitong klaseng leader? O mas gusto pa rin natin ang drama ng traditional politics? Kung nagustuhan nyo ang deep dive natin, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and share this sa mga kabayan nyo sa US, Canada, Australia, UAE, Hong Kong, UK, at iba pang bansa. I-comment ang inyong thoughts, ano ang susunod nating pag-uusapan. At kung gusto nyong suportahan ang channel, try the super thanks. Thanks feature, lalo na para sa mga nasa abroad. This helps us keep going. Salamat sa panonood mga kababayan ko, mga kaibigan. Stay informed, stay engaged, and let's keep pushing for good governance. Bye-bye.